Issmuk the gigantic. Words wording to work. These words are meant to sink and not just touch. These words are meant to pierce and not just heal. Senses triggered by time, break with lessons and reminders. Feed for brain, so get to feast on. Time to think deep, time to ponder. How the down steep, so I wonder. You a sinner, rise to ponder. This a waker, so rise to conquer. They say they wish, but wish for which? They wish in dusk, so get the switch. They say life is sweet, but for the purpose they seem to grow. They ought to be sensitive, but they graze in hope. Feed for brain, so get to feast on. I gained recognition since I clocked 18. But my worth never went beyond the thumb. And they claim they don't drink, but so drunk in power. They say, I'll do anything to get power, even if I have to cause hell in the land. Tell them to ask the scriptures. King Solomon once ruled the world for 40 years. But today, it doesn't look as if he's ever existed. And he was even righteous. Kawula, a bird seeking to destroy the land so as to fly greater heights? Maybe it will never fall asleep. They say, I can even die for so and so to win power. Tell them, your mother carried you for 9 months in hope. Do her a favor, and if you die at all, at least don't die uselessly. They say, I'll disown my family and friends for not belonging where I belong. Tell them, if we realize the chances of winning, our choices of diversities give us, we rather choose the much conspicuous love in it than just the dim hate. They say, I'll gather all the wealth in the world, even if I have to destroy the land, forests, water bodies, and make life unbearable for the masses. Tell them, you may avoid the universe if you like, but in just about 100 years' time, you shall be worth just a sun 6 feet beneath. People lived longer as hundreds with more power and vigor, but the earth didn't spare them. How much more I and you, who will barely get 100 and are obviously weaker. Kingdoms come, kingdoms go. All have been rising and falling since the beginning of time, but the kingdom of God, always intact and rather in rise. People come, people go. Power comes, power go. You have come and shall go. What are you leaving behind? Best progeny is love. Best inheritance is good manners. Best cure is good service. Make them smile and find true happiness. Can't lift a burden? Don't put it then. Feed for brain, so get to feast on. Time to think deep, time to ponder. You a sinner, rise to ponder. That's a waker, so rise to conquer. Optimism, the decency.
All right, so it's very obvious that unicorn chemists, they are ready. Yeah, they're ready, you know. And I've been joined on the set this morning by Issmuk the Gigantic. Wow, what a name. Explain the name first of all. Issmuk the Gigantic.
Issmuk the Gigantic.
Issmuk the Gigantic. All right, why Issmuk the Gigantic?
The Issmuk is the abbreviation of my full name.
Okay.
Ishaq Muhammad Kamaldeen.
Okay.
So I take the first 3 initials of my surname, the middle 2, the last 1.
Okay.
So Issmuk.
Issmuk. Okay.
The gigantic is greatness, the great. That is about my inspiration.
Wonderful, wonderful. Talk to us about the inspiration behind the piece you gave us earlier?
Yes, that poem is titled Feed for Brain. Yes. So that poem, I brought it because of the mission of human on earth. Our mission is different from what most of us aspire to do, especially in the world of politics, in the world where people love wealth so much. So I said, feed for brain. Remember about your mission here. So you see in the piece, I say, they say they don't drink, but so drunk in power. They ought to be sensitive. You understand?
Yeah.
But they are not sensitive, but they are so blinded by hope about like things about the wealth and other things. So this poem is just to remind you that you are here to serve. Serve your human beings. That's humanity. Make people happy. Make people smile. And then God will be pleased with you. You understand? Yes. But people will do anything. They will even destroy the land, forests, and water bodies. Just for their own selfish. They don't care about what people, the masses feel. So that's why I brought about that poem. Feed for brain. So they should feed their brain with that words. And then remember their purpose and seek to that. I mean, stick to their purpose.
What would you say on a day-to-day inspires you in terms of your writing?
Just about my inspiration comes from what's happening.
So in this case, Galamsey as a topical issue.
So you see that poem was about the Galamsey. You see, they say, I can even destroy the land, water bodies, forests to get power or to get all the wealth in the world. And the poem is saying that you can even acquire the universe if you like. But in just about 100 years' time, no one will remind you. You shall be worth just a sun 6 feet beneath. People lived hundreds of years, but the earth didn't spare them. How much more I and you, who will barely get 100 and are obviously weaker. So what are you leaving behind? So leave something behind, you understand, for people to benefit from it. And that's what you are supposed to do, and that's your purpose on earth. So that's it.
Wonderful. Do you have pieces that people can go and listen to, watch, like YouTube, on streaming platforms and so on?
Yes, I have pieces there. And I'm on YouTube, Issmuk the Gigantic.
Issmuk the Gigantic.
Issmuk is ISSMUK. On YouTube. I'm there on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok too. Yes.
Well, we definitely want to hear more from you. So we'll take a look at our entertainment highlights in the meantime, and we'll come back and hear more from Issmuk the Gigantic.
Issmuk the Gigantic. Ghana first. Other places may be more fun and interesting, but my body is the best. Ghana first. Honey may be more sweet and refreshing, but water quenches thirst. Ghana first. With peace, humility, and harmony, let's lift her to the crest. Ghana first. My home is the best. I'll never point it with my left. In ridges and danglings, fluency and famblings, certainty and wanderings, delight and grumblings, pudding samblings, I still stand. Ghana first. We may be of different party colors and religions, but we are one Ghana. Different tribes and ethnicities, but one Ghana. Different highs and skins, but one Ghana. Let's love leader, preserve your seed, take the lead, increase your speed, and reach the need. Love leads to unity. Unity breeds prosperity. And prosperity means tranquility. Let's not turn to fight one another in our common fight for a common goal. You see a smoke popping to fame, hurriedly give it the fame. Never light a flame, it will never leave you the same. Rather feed the cool, ice in the cool. Let's fight for peace and not for war. Because war does not respect who starts it. It doesn't know the poor, neither the rich. It doesn't know the strong, neither the weak. It has no respect for who sponsors it, no regard for who welcomes it, no pardon for who runs from it. So don't tap it. No, don't touch it. Don't reach it. Don't go near it. Because bullet does not regard status. This is why we are one. The youth are the most vulnerable one. We always be brought to the front line to risk our breath and break barriers for them and bereave the dread of breaking our future. Now, they are spending their future, but ahead, we still have a great future. Let's not cut it short. As said by Reverend Jesse Jackson, and I quote, "It's time to open our brains, not our veins. You may be strong enough to run, but what of your pregnant wife and children whom without you look up to none? What of my aged young mommy and daddy, aged grandpa and granny who sacrificed their all just to see me shine? What of the sick, the crippled and the blind?" Pima kampigi, ngundi katiza taadigi, umborngo ka borngo, dambo natumana taalegi. Terpulum so pul palbo zoche katidinchegi. Sa papayent yogu to zopuri, ama katishi soya, damati sam to zungo, to kunyeti piani, to yum tabni tasuma, then the bansa sudo nang banyini, katinya arzich in the liabkum sum. There has never been a good war. Haven't we seen wars in other countries and how the damages are teardropping? Talk of Syria, Afghanistan, Somalia, and more. Syria lost 76,021 precious lives to war in 2014. Afghanistan lost about 41,000 precious lives to war in 2019. In Somalia, around 30,000 people were rendered homeless due to war in 2017. What of deformities? What of lost properties? Just to mention a few. All these either for power, greed, tribalism, religion, oppression, or more. No! We can't condone this mess in our mother home, Ghana. No! Remember, it's a lone home. If we spark war now, where can we run to go? We'll be cornered here to consume our own mess. Let's not get there. Peace is so precious. A popular Ghanaian saying, the value of the buttocks is overlooked until it gets a boil. We are privileged with peace in Ghana. Let's hold on to it. Else we light lanterns in broad daylight in search for it. Ghana is our only home. Let's protect it. Look at the refugees on our roads. The younger ones that beg for loaves. By war, they ran here to save their feeble souls. Most of them have no mom to call dad or mom. Should we be like them? A home is better than a refugee zone. There's no place like home. Home, sweet home. May we always hoist our flag in victory, but never lower it in misery. I am a peace ambassador, and so should you. So let's suppress our angers and enhance forgiveness. As Eva Moses Core said, and I quote, "Anger is the seed of war. Forgiveness is the seed of peace." End of quote. Let's sow forgiveness to maintain peace and shun anger to avoid war. Our forefathers built us a strong foundation. Let's have their dream come to function. But having their toil crawl and get soiled in our cruel hands shouldn't be dwelled in our medulla oblongata. Everything we do, remember, Ghana first. Optimism. 30.